came over, you should have seen the scream and then the yelling. They were really excited. So, needless to say, I didn't really have time to think about what we're going to talk about today, but let's just talk about Miltonia, I guess. So, on the way into the aisle, I grabbed a few Miltonia, and what is there to talk about Miltonia? Not much, except it's so beautiful and it's fragrant. It's a cooler growing plant. For us in California, we had to, we grow a lot of it by our swamp cooler to make sure in their cooler house. But they're beautiful, they're vibrant, they're very fragrant. And there's not much to do. They say, like, why don't you just do an arrangement with Miltonia? But what can I do? It's so beautiful by itself, besides just grouping a few together, right? So, this is kind of my orchid of the day, and I'll be surprised if I don't have one jumping in my car today. That's actually a full house here today, but they're all 6 feet apart, don't worry. Miss Hannah is with me. She's in the pouch with me because she has ear infection 2 days ago from the vet, so she's feeling a little needy, so we're carrying her with us. I think everybody is really in love with this flare. Thank you, Norman, for picking my name, what I suggested, fantastic flare. It's like Jeff said, whenever there's a fantastic, it's got to be something that we love. So this is a smaller one. I guess, Norman, you almost saw the big one. But anyway,
only the small one.
Only the small one. I'm taking a small one because I just can't get over this flare. Oh, the half and half. So Norman just tossed this to me. I'm not really doing a selling side, but I'm just trying to tell you what I like this week. This one is going home with me because I have the big one, but I just can't get enough of this. At home, I have just started the bookshelves, LED lights from Jeff, and I did the second side. So we're gonna change the first side because the first side I didn't have enough light because Jeff is out. I only have one long one, so I backed order 3 of the medium ones, so every shelf's gonna have one. It's kind of like learn as you go. And a little bit background about myself is, like Norman keep telling everybody, I'm a business major, really. I did a fabulous run at Orchid Affair for 28 years in LA. Hawaii, come and say hi. And I'm not sure if you have an orchid, what's it called? It's named after Judy Sue. So that is Judy Sue. Auntie spent with our family. Actually, she's a cousin of my mother, but Auntie's been with our family and like a second mother. She raised me since I was 3 months old, so she's part of the family. She helps Norman grow these fabulous orchids. Back to who I am and why I want to bring this up is, yes, I'm a business major. This is all I care about is business. And when I graduated from college, they say, hey, actually I traveled for a year. Mom let me out, then I traveled to Asia, I traveled to Europe, and she was really smart about it. She let me out. She wanted me to get it out of my system. She didn't tell me to go learn. I did a couple trips in Europe, a couple trips in Asia. But was not under pressure to go out to learn. So I was just captivated with so much going on, the Asian and the European and Asian flair of things. So I guess everything was in my head. So when I came back, she goes, are you done? Can you settle down and have a business? So opportunity knocks. I started an Orchid Affair at the Flower Mart. We went from 600 square feet to 5,000 square feet. I went from selling $2 ivy to $500 pot, to movie sets and stuff. So I kind of niche myself toward. Hey guys, I can hear you. I could hear you. So sorry, Norman's yelling over there. So we just kind of went toward the industry, into the industry, and trying to add ourselves into another direction of the business. Norman is throwing me off on my little podcast today. So yeah, as a business major, so all I care is business, and then I got into designs and from all the travels and stuff like that. So I didn't realize I was actually accumulating a library in my head of designs and different type of design, different type. So when the client comes in, I could say, you know, what do you want for your sets? You know, we got this European library we're trying to do. So voila, I grabs all the ideas from midair from all the travels. So the business was thriving. So of course I love orchids. So I would take orchids home and have it at the house. Like everybody buys them for me for display. Do I grow them? No, I don't have time. Back in the days I was working 16 hours. I take orchids, I design it, and I put it in my living room. I enjoy it. At work, it's stress. At home, it's enjoyment. But since I retired 3 years ago, and now that we started this podcast, 2 years before, I grew in the living room. I think I showed you guys. It's just I have a beautiful greenhouse, like a sunroom. So I grow it in the sunroom with no LED lights. So lately, since we started this podcast, you know, I got the bug. I caught the bug. I now grow at home. We have now started, Roger helped me put up the LED lights. We clear the bugs. Now, you've seen my little setup now. So this morning at 6:30, I'm repotting plants in the middle of downtown LA, you know, with the birds chipping in the backdrop. You know, Roger's like, we gotta go to podcast. So we had to run from LA at 9 o'clock to come back. So Jeff is like, are you taking any more plants home? So I think these are my favorite today. So the Miltonia I'm taking home, the Flare I'm taking home.
I already took those home. I don't care.
Yeah, you have one.
I already took those home.
And on the request of those black pots, then we're going to sell the black pots. But here's another one I have. I have this at home, but this one is, I don't mind having a second one. This is a Tetraplis var speciosa. So this is great. I love how the spots are always different. And this is pretty. And this has got 3 spikes with a couple of side branches. And I think this will go under Jeff's light. And Jeff, I hope you get those lights, and I need those 3 little lights soon. So this is what we got going on today. Besides Miss Hannah Bell not feeling too good. And I think we have a great following. We have 8 minutes, 7 minutes, really? God, I'm gonna have to start talking again. Any questions? Yeah, I apologize. Today was just so busy. I usually have 10 minutes to regroup myself and then to think about what I want to talk about for a pre-show.
It's a weird day out here with all the rain.
It is weird. It is raining. It is cloudy. And I was telling Roger that on the way home, I go, great, it's raining. I could get some stuff done. There shouldn't be any customers. You know, I have like 3 arrangements I need to do from, you know, some of my clients. They now know I come on Saturday. So I have 3 arrangements I have to do them. And I could get that over. And then we have Phil Fanatics. Was it Happy Hour? What do we call it?
Happy hour. We
have Phil Fanatic Happy Hour coming up at 3 Pacific time. So I'm excited for that. So yeah, I guess my plan backfired. People are here. People are excited. People are following us on the podcast.
Catherine would like to know where they can get the bamboo sticks for making the steaks.
The bamboo sticks depends on where you live. Nursery should carry them. Please don't go order online and pay shipping. Seek out your local nursery. Times like this, seek out your local establishment. Help these people out. I think they have them at Home Depot or, you know, but seek out the little guys, you know, they should be around. Don't have to order everything online. It's very convenient, but I think you could do wire as well. Any more questions?
Oh, Christy got a gift certificate for Mother's Day.
Christy? Our Christy?
Yes, Christy Charlin.
Oh, okay.
A gift certificate for Mother's Day. So I guess she's going to be looking for the podcast to see how to spend that.
Oh, well, good luck.
And someone was asking about my lights. My lights will probably be 2 to 3 weeks out yet.
Okay, so Jeff's lights is 2 to 3 weeks out. Probably come in at the same time as our, hopefully, Mega Thrive. Yeah. I myself need Mega Thrive. I have a case of Mega Thrive on order from a client of mine in Hollywood.
Yeah, Jeff's lights is actually, it's very good. It's not hot, and it actually works really well for the orchids.
Yeah. So Jeff, don't forget, you know, I need commissions. I'm just kidding. Yeah. I've been plugging Jeff lights forever because
So you think a couple are going to jump in your car? Is that what you're saying? You're going to try and train them to jump in your car?
Oh yeah, too? I'm getting three of your lights to jump in my car as soon as they get here. The first bookshelf is beautiful, but I just noticed it's not really getting enough light from the big one. We were able to put it in on the shelf. They're actually your short ones are short enough to go on the shelves, and I like that. So we're gonna do that.
Yeah, Norman's trying to get ready in about 5
Norman-
minutes or so. She's kind of running around to get the things.
Norman is still running around because we had clients all day. Okay, well, so go back about me. Roger's like rolling his eyes. So I was a business major at UC Riverside, so Roger's like, don't talk about yourself. But this whole family runs Norman's Orchids, orchids.com, Orchid Affair. We're a small company. So it has a little chaoticness. It's like any family business. But it's great because we stay together, especially times like this. We're all together. But growing at home, it's quite challenging. I think somebody just asked me from the podcast, how do you grow and how do you water at home? I said, I wish I was at the nursery. I just grab the hose, turn it on, and then just water and just let it drip. But I think I did, I'm not sure if it was on Phil Fanatics. Guys, you remember I did the live on how I water in LA? Basically, I have a cart, like a nursery cart here. I have 2 buckets set on the cart. One of them, I do the fertilized water. The other bucket, it's empty, no water. So instead of soaking and dunking everything in a bucket, and if there's a plant that's contaminated with viruses or whatever, then everybody jump into the same pool, and then that's not going to be good. If you don't breed, you don't care, go for it. But as a grower, we try not to do that. And for me, a lot of time I wish I could just pile it all up and 5 minutes later come and grab it. But now I got a system. I have a cart. I have 2 buckets. And 1 bucket with the fertilized water all ready to go. I put the plant to my dry bucket side, and I grab water, I pour it in. So everything gets dripped down to the dry bucket side. The second bucket, bucket A and bucket B, A and B. So I do that continuously. Now I think I counted, I have 45, maybe up to 50 fails in my condo inside. There's stuff outside. We have cymbidiums, we have catasetums, we have angraecum. And I have my beautiful fans of Phalaenopsis that's spiking under full sun. But getting back to watering, so I do that kind of repeatedly. Plant over here, scoop the water and let it drip over here. Whatever the water I catch, I now use that water and I take it to my roses or whatever I'm growing outside. So I don't waste a good food that, from the fertilizer, because everything we have to be thrifty. The Fangs are pretty thrifty. But we want to reuse stuff and certain things. Jeff is giving me this and certain things. Okay, so I go around and I have a torch. I had bought a torch as well, so I could torch in between cutting leaves. I usually don't like to use a shear. I try to.
Edward would like to know what you feed them.
I feed it with Norman's Orchid food, silly. Norman's Optimal Orchid food.
Could you show him what it is?
Mr. Lee, can you help me out?
Just so he has an idea.
Okay. I'm only kidding. Without crunching. Hannah. Okay, Norman's Optimal Orchid Nutrients. You can order that online. And I love this because you use one type all year. Instead of like the pink and the blue, yellow and the green. So this one, I use this all year, and I use it on my violets. I use it anything that's not edible, so I don't have 8 different type of food I have. And the client just asked me earlier, well, I really don't like the yellow leaf. Can we take it out? Can I cut it out? I say, yeah, of course, you can do whatever you want. It's your plant. But I try not to use shears or a blaze as much as I can. But when you want to take it out, make sure you're holding the plant. Can you guys see the plant? When you're tearing, when you're doing stuff, make sure you're holding the plant itself. Don't just go and yank it. You'll be surprised sometimes with that one little yank, you actually could break the plant. So you hold the plant itself, tear. See, it comes out clean. Then when we do this, you don't water right away in case there is a cut and then you have bacteria going in there. So here, it seems really easy, but a little detail helps because I'm not brilliant. I've done this before. I don't hold the plant, and you know how many times I just snap the whole plant off, and I don't want that to happen to you. Hold the plant, grab the leaf, tear it, and then do not water for a day or two, just in case you damage anything in there. So that's a good tip. That's a freebie. It's a good tip. Something that even advanced growers forget. That, we think, get all a little cocky and just start going, I could do this. Norman is still running around figuring
Stephanie
things
would like
out.
to know if you can use 99% alcohol if you don't have a torch to clean your... Fison would probably be better, right?
Yeah, but then if you don't have a torch, I live in a condo with electricity stove, but I'm sure you guys got gas stove. Take it.
Torch, yeah.
Yeah, but you have a gas stove, so you take it over. It's the same thing as a torch. You don't, even better, you don't have to go buy a torch. Take it to your stove and then just kind of burn it and kill it, And then this morning, like I said 3 weeks ago, I was chasing millibug. So since then, Roger got these cute little $10 fan, honey. They're clip-on fans.
Oh,
So-
please hold me.
I don't want to advertise big company. Clip-on fans. So now we have, I have it in the office as well, even though I have big sliding window. But the one I was getting millibugs were the one in the living room that I'm not there most of the time, so the living room's closed, so I notice a little bit of millibugs. So I do my own 50% rubbing alcohol, 50% water. If it's right, I don't care, but that's what I've been doing. So I spritz it. Of course, you're not going to kill it in one shot. But I keep spritzing it.
You don't care?
Roger's telling me to get out. It's Norman's turn. But anyways, so I go outside, and when I was repotting, I make sure I take everything out because I'm sure it was millibug inside the moths. So this morning at 6:30, I was catching the only two plants I have with millibug. I thought it's better to just take everything apart, get into the moss, making sure there isn't any millibug, and I spray with my little mixture of, fantastic alcohol mixture. So you could try to do that at home. We're a non-chemical family because we live in here. We don't want to, breathe these chemicals as well. So let's try to find a lot of home remedy. Norman's off again. Home remedies that we could do at home. This is funny. Norman just kept taking off. Norman's like, I don't care. Let her talk. She could talk. So that's what I did this morning. Moss, and we did the fan. We're gonna get more lights, and we should be ready to go for more plants. Now I have a system down. The one in my bookshelves are gonna be smaller plants like this, forever blooming types, keep blooming. All the big 4-inch and stuff like that's gonna go out to the living room. Mr. Fang, are you ready?
I'm always ready.
You're always ready.
Where's your hair?
Where's your hair? Go get your hair. Hurry! That'll be the joke of the day.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yes. Go get your
Norman's
hair.
actually trying to be funny. Norman's trying to be funny. We're on this lockdown. There's no barber or hair salon open. So, Dad, am I doing okay? We actually have a special guest here that we're really excited. Jeff's dad flew in to be with Jeff and Vicky and brother Jason. So we have Dad here. He's outside of Chicago. He actually ordered a Jamie arrangement that we're really thrilled. We really appreciate that. And we're so happy to have him here. Now he's here. He's in the front seat trying to check out our podcast. Dad.
Oh, yeah? Okay. I haven't
Didn't
seen
we
that
have
for a
special guests here this morning from the podcast?
Yeah,
that loved to be
Maria
here?
somebody, right?
Yeah, she absolutely loved it.
Maria,
She loved visiting.
she is from
Los
LA.
Angeles.
Oh.
She's a teacher.
Loved being here.
But
Come
you
to
should see
visit.
the excitement of her. You didn't see her.
Watches the podcast every week.
She watched the podcast. She came in screaming. I thought, what is wrong? I said, what is
Oh
wrong?
my God, oh my God.
She's like, oh my God, oh my God. I'm like, oh my God, they're talking about Norman again. So anyways, Norman's ready. So I'm out of your hair. And
Oh, please.
I'm really sorry.
Speaking of hair,
Speaking of hair,
I know I have a bad hair day.
Norman had one of those home cut hair
I know, it's so
razor
bad.
hair. It's not bad. It's good. It's fine. But yeah, that's why I was talking about salon. So Norman, love
Uh-huh.
your hair. Come on in.
What?
Let me see your hair.
What? This Taurus?
Do you see Norman's new hairstyle? Okay, can you come in? I'm gonna leave. Bye guys, I'll see you Saturday.
Thank you, Jamie.
You're welcome.
Hi, you guys. Sorry, I have a bad hair day today.
Yeah, look at his hair.
Huh? Very bad. I need to comb my hair. Alright. Okay. What do you think of my new hairstyle? I love this. Somebody gave it to me as a Christmas gift. And I think they come in gold too. Anyway. Hi, how's everybody doing today? I think we have a lot of new members. I think we're up to almost 1,700 members. And we have a lot of old friends. We have many of my old friends for over 20 years. Sue Elo from Denver and Elaine Taylor from Orlando. Chris Raymond, who is my good buddy, he's a past president of the American Orchid Society. We served on the executive board together for, 10 years. And what else is here? Anybody from Florida?
Mark Bean is here. Linda is
Hi,
here.
Linda.
Amy's here.
Amy.
Gary's here.
Great.
Bill is here. A couple Bills are here.
You're welcome to
Judith
ask
is here.
questions.
Joe's here. All the usual people. It's like family time.
Good, and yes, especially we have this is a community, okay? And thank you for.
And we notice when they're not here. We miss them.
Yeah,
we do.
Sonny messaged me. Yeah, he have great grandkid, so he's the first time he's gonna miss the podcast. So that's okay. The family is more important, and I think what we're gonna talk
What
about
catches
is
in the reruns?
yeah, we're gonna have a lot of. The spring is over, so a lot of time. This is the time to think about what to do with your orchid when it's done flower. So please do not ask me what item number because that is not important. First item number. Okay, what I'm going to do is a torch. Example. Okay. Some of you might have Detonaria alba. Remember we showed a couple of weeks ago? Well, can you see, go close up? Okay. Alright. When the Detonaria is the leaf starts to this, and I'm doing my torch at the meantime. Okay, make sure this is the only way to kill any fungus, bacteria, or virus. So can you do a close up here? This is where you cut the Detonaria or Maldia type. Okay, from where they come from the center. Okay, voila. And you just take it off. Now what do you do with this particular one? This one here actually do not need to be repotted. I would just leave this one alone. You notice that you have a lot of space here to grow, and also the pollen mix is what we sell, the medium size Norman pollen mix. Has some perlite, and the perlite leaf is good. So this is a perfect example. I would just leave it alone and just similar size and go back to where it come from. And this is another one that I cut 2 weeks ago, and you notice that once you cut off the spike, the plant, the nutrition, the plant is doing, instead of sending the nutrient to the flower spike, now they concentrate on the leaf. Okay, so you notice the difference in color. They're getting better leaf color. So perfect example is it's great for windowsill if you under light, and after you, this is the, so this is going to be in about a month and a half. Then this is going to have a new shoot coming up from this new growth. Okay, so if the flowers is almost finished, you don't want it to hang out there. The minute you cut off the flower spike, all the nutrient is going to go to the next shoot. So they give you a head start. So this is going to coming up in 6 months in time for Christmas. Isn't it wonderful? This is the Deltanaria alba. So enjoy the foliage, okay? And then Brian, can you take this off? All right. Here's its perfect example. Okay. Now, Roger, can you focus on this? You notice that the leaf, the root is not really hanging out, and the algae, this is the perfect example that did not got repotted last year. So a lot of people say, oh, the flower is not finished yet. I want to keep blooming. In this particular case, the leaves kind of stressed, the leaf is kind of limpy. This is why I go to clay pot, and I can tell it's too wet. The moss is kind of decayed. So in this particular case, do not let them flower anymore. You want to save the plant. If I let them leave it alone, it might still flower for about another 2 months. But the plant is so desiccated. We need to get them out of this pot moss as possible. So just cut the spike, and you can use it as a cut flower. Okay, put it in a nice vase. Give it to your neighbor. Give it to your babysitter. Okay, now this is the fun part here. This is the one you see here. This is what happened is did not got repotted, and then voila. This is why the root is not going down. The root is kind of hanging up. Okay, so this is perfectly okay. Now this is the one that, as the previous podcast, I will not repot it right away. What I do right now is I will trim off any of the old root that is soft. Okay, and this is a very old plant. You notice the down here is kind of woody. Okay, it's okay. If you bonsai grower, we do a lot of root pruning. You want to cut this old stem off because you don't want to get them down to the new area. Okay, so then you just have another Phison solution, and I would rinse out and a Phison solution. Then I will let it dry. I will not repot it right away. So make sure you save the label. Okay, and I'm gonna put it here, and I'm gonna put it in a greenhouse at home. If your room is dry, put it in the plastic bag, and then we're not gonna repot until next week. Because what happened is I'm gonna let the tissue heal themselves. The one mistake you have, you see here, I don't want to put any chemical. All I have to do is just let them sit. You can put in a plastic bag if you're in Arizona, your room is really dry or AC is on. So put in a plastic bag, and then we can do the repotting next week. Okay, and then make sure you have a label. So we actually stay tuned for next week when we actually do repotting on this one. Okay. Now, here's another example. I asked Brian Joy to do this. This is one of his Brian, what's this? This is your personal collection, right? Angraecum?
Angraecum pseudophiliformum.
Yeah, okay. This is his a miniature Angraecum, just finished flower. And what's your issue here? It's too dry for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened is, this is the way he bought them. It's in this mass pot. And now, Brian is my customer and he lives about 15 minutes from my nursery. So whatever he bought it from, it could be from Hawaii, or if you're in Florida, it's very popular. They use this mash pots because when you have high humidity. So this pot, Brian have a lot of trouble because they dry out too fast. He actually had to water about almost once a week, or spray once a day.
I spray it every day.
He sprayed every day. So that is a perfect example of a good candidate is I would suggest Brian, and we're going to do it. I'm going to show Brian. We'll do it next week. This is a good candidate to repot into a moss pot in clay pot. So we're going to do it next week. Okay. At the meantime, this is set on the side. So Brian, what you can do is put it in the shady area. Okay. It's located in the dry right now. You don't have to mess it every day. Okay, and we're gonna do putting the clay pot in a moss. We're gonna do it the next week. Okay. Now here's a fun one. Can you do a close up on this? Okay, this is the case. Remember we had a keiki paste. A lot of time. Here is the mother plant down here, and now I have a keiki from the previous spike, and that plant is so mature now. Now they also have two spikes. Yeah, one spike this year and another spike here. Now this is the example is I need to separate them. If I don't separate them this year, all this nutrient is going to be on this plant, and the mother plant down here is not going to put a new leaf. So they have been supported enough. So this is the case. I would just cut them off. Voila. You see here?
Wow.
Now remember that the keiki paste. Oh, by the way, we sold out my 2-in-1 keiki paste. That was amazing because that's all the first time the keiki paste you don't have by two different ones. In the old days, the keiki paste is one for the keiki and the other one for rooting. Mine is just like this already. So since this one have a lot of good root here, in case it did not have a good root, I would have to cut this spike off. But this has a good root here, so I can actually leave this alone. And again, I'm gonna write, actually have an extra label already. Put an extra label, and I'm gonna wait another 3-4 days. But just for our purpose, we're gonna do it next week. Okay, so I will set it on the side. Okay, so this is your original mother plant. And in this particular case, the plant is healthy, and it still can. It's not limp, so you know it's a very good root system, and I can just leave it alone. This is one. A lot of this novelty. This is very similar breeding like the citrus candy everybody love and everybody purchase. Leave it alone because they are sequential flower. This is one of the new novelty. So there you go. Now you have this. Not only you can preserve the mother plant, now you also have an extra plant for your collection, just as insurance. Okay. Now, a lot of your novelty. Okay, never. This is the case. Okay, I love about novelty. Their season. This is the original plant, the normal one of the frail one. The summer is coming. All this old one here is start coming along, and you don't want to repot any of this novelty right now because they are in flower right now. So you don't want to repot them. Just leave it alone. You pass the repotting season for this time of fragrant novelty. The best time for the repotting is about the end of March, April, just when the day is getting longer and getting warmer. But this is June already. Okay, do not repot it. Just leave it alone and just enjoy. A lot of times, so this is the 3 spikes, and a lot of time you're probably gonna have a new spike coming up from here. So just for the novelty type on the big plant like this, just leave it alone. Okay, and water and feeding us normally.
Mary
How are we doing so far?
Mary commented, said she used the 2-in-1 keiki paste on a plant that was going to die because of crown rot and it was no longer growing. No keikis yet, but the hormones must have caused the plant to grow again because it started growing.
Yes, my background is in plant physiology and tissue culture. That keiki paste have auxin and cytokinin, and those are the what we call the plant and female hormone. And it's a wonderful stuff. And I'm going to show you later on what the keiki paste can do. That you can also do it on your venda and cattleya, okay? And several weeks ago, remember the Shuriana that I showed you before? Okay, the Shuriana now has down flower. The Shuriana is a wonderful species from Philippines. Okay, so this is the time to clean up. And if this have, it's still a little bit too short for me to take it up. But it's actually big enough. But I noticed the leaf is already shining, it's growing. So what I can do is right now is I just cut this off. Okay? That way all the energy is going to channel to the new leaf. You see the tip here? Okay. And here is some of the keiki. You can actually put in the jar of water like this. The water, or you can put some of my Norman's diluted orchid nutrient. It's going to support the leaf, and you can actually do everything at one time. We're going to do it next week. So at the meantime, all this keiki with a baby, just leave it alone. And it's kind of fun to watch them too. Okay. Alright, and a lot of time, okay, this is our big white Phalaenopsis. Okay. If they are good like this is one of our V3, right? Into the back. Yeah. And the plant is strong enough, and so I don't have to worry about it. And I would actually let it keep flowering for this one here. And this is actually the reason I give this one here is perfect example of this has been the first flower opened in December before Christmas, and we are getting into June already. So if you a good nutrient, and this is what when we grow the Phalaenopsis, and Phalaenopsis is my bread and butter crop. We don't push the plant. When I grow Phalaenopsis, we grow it the old-fashioned way. We grow it slowly. You know, we take the time. We don't push plant. That's why a lot of people say our flowers always last longer than the grocery store, and it's true. Look at the root system. Okay, the root system and the leaf is really what make a strong plant. And also because the flowers so long, you want to make sure you feed them regularly. You know, ideally every 2 weeks. You know, that's pretty bad. A minimum once a week. But I would just put it on the calendar on the weekend. Now we eat 3 meals a day. Okay. What happens with orchid if you don't feed them during the flowering season? A lot of times they might skip next year because they use so much energy from the mother plant. Okay, and here's another example of the Phalaenopsis. Okay. Last year, it gave me 2 spikes. And this year, it only gave me 1 spike. So even though it still have a lot of bud here, but I think then I noticed that the older leaf has showing the aging. You see here? Okay. This is the physiology response. Huh?
Show it one more time.
You see here? Okay, this is the plant showing some physiology stress. Okay, so even though the flower is still fresh, and in this particular case, it had 2 spikes. Okay, but last year, but this year I only had 2 spikes. If I don't cut them off, it will still a flower for another 2 months. But I really need to preserve the plant. I'm looking at it for next year. So in this particular case, it's best to cut the flower spike. Okay, and use it, and the fresh cut Phalaenopsis like this, put in the water, it can last minimum 1 month. No. Okay, and then this is a perfect candidate. What we're going to do is perfect to repot this year. If I don't repot this year, next year I'm going to have problems. I'm going to start because the moss is decayed. So, but it's still okay. But this is the perfect candidate. We set aside for repotting next week. So what I'm doing right now is give you an idea is, as your collection start finish your spring flowering, you go through the greenhouse and you start deciding one by one what you're going to do with it. You know, repot it or yes.
For same size or bigger size?
That will be next week. Next week, this one here, in this we will see. Really depend on when I take out the pot and how much root I have down here. It's all about how much root, you know. But if I go back to the moss, might be the same size or might be slightly bigger. So stay tuned next week. Hey Brian. Okay, wow, that gave me a lot of stuff to talk about. Here you go. Hi. And here's another example.
They want to know, would you remove the yellow leaf that was on that last Phalaenopsis you had?
I will do that next week.
Okay.
At the same time, because I'm not going to do anything to it right now. Okay. The yellow leaf is actually not disease. It's just a physiology, a stress. Usually, I don't like to remove it because the plant naturally, I will just leave it alone and observe it until next week.
That was the question, was whether it needed to be removed or not.
Right. So here's this perfect example is, as you know, I'm jumping ahead of myself. Okay. Here is a nice novelty. Okay. A lot of time, and this is on a big Phalaenopsis. The flower is almost finished, but this type of breeding is we have yellow in the background. So a lot of your big Phalaenopsis, you can actually have a secondary spike. You notice that its plant is very healthy. It's already have a side branches. It's kind of eager to go, but they're not going to have a side branches until you cut the spike off, because Phalaenopsis, the Q-tip here have a what we call apical dominant. So as soon as you cut this off, this is the node. You always want to cut at least 2 inches above the node. So you cut it here. Okay. Then you're gonna have at least minimum 1 node here, 1 node here. So you can have a secondary spike. So that's how you get your twice a year on the big Phalaenopsis. Okay. So you feed it regularly, you get beautiful 3-pair leaf, a lot of leaf to support the secondary spike. So voila, just set them aside. And water, feed them, 5 cents, just like all your regular Phalaenopsis.
And do you have to treat any the cut marks at all? Do we leave the cut marks alone?
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't have to do anything with it.
No. That's why I cut them at least 2 inches aside or higher, because they're gonna dry out about half to 1 inch. So if you cut too close to the eye, you're gonna dry out to the side branches, and then the apical meristem from there will be dying. So this is an example of when the secondary spike this is the secondary spike. Now, since this is a young plant, okay, and the secondary spike, this is actually a spike from last year, and this secondary spike is from December to here. Okay, it's been there for almost a year now. Okay, this is from last year. This is 6 months. So this is a perfect case. The plant is young. It only has 3 leaves only. Do not let them flower continuously. Okay. In theory, I can cut it here because you still have no here. So you might have another secondary spike here, but it might kill the plant because it's only 3. It only has 3 leaves. Too young. So this is a perfect example. Cut it. Right? Okay. And then we set it on the side. Then we decided we can do all the repotting at one time. We'll do it next week. How we doing so far? And then for that casting, okay. I think I showed you the light casting 2 weeks ago. Okay. Die casting. This is the time to trim off here. Okay. So this is the time when you finish and really do some house cleaning, but do not repot them yet. With light casting or unseeded alliances, do not touch it because there's no new shoot yet. So the plant is not ready for repotting. If you repot it right now, there's a 50% you're gonna have some bad damage. But this is the same bud. Can you look at the back ball? Okay. A lot of this light casting at the back ball is kind of all entire. So this is the time to actually remove them. And you actually do not need to use tool. I don't have to use tool. All you have to do is just twist it. This way you're not doing a cut surface. So you just twist it. Okay. Here you go. Naturally. So we not create any new space. And I was the monster store. Then I would put the light casting. And this is the same thing with Cattleya too. Anything that have Oncidium, Dendrobium, leave it alone. I will not touch it, repot it until I see the new shoot coming up. Something okay? Oh, okay. Here we have a multi-fold half-repainted. Okay. Same theory. It's been there. This is Tony sample. It's a wonderful. This is a nice hybrid. Laurii alba by Heineni alba. I would cut the leaf spike off because that way I will give them the head start. Look at all this new growth. You're gonna have a 2 fresh new growth for the fall. Okay, so I know this Tony's temple. Usually you got here. This is sunflower. You got 2 new growth coming up. 1, 2, yeah. You got 2 new growth here that's ready to flower for the fall, and then another. So by October, this will have 2 beautiful spikes and up to 5 flowers per spray. So the idea now is do not let them flower too long. You know, they're kind of on the way. The couple flower up there might in a perfect period last a long time. Just cut them off. Use it as a cut flower. So that way the plant will concentrate all the energy on the next vegetative stage. Okay, so they have all summer because day is longer and night is warmer, so they can do all the vegetation stage for the fall. I think I covered everything so far. Oh, this is a nice show and tell. Can I have this plant? Put it up here. Yeah, I have Brian brought this in. Okay. Brian, where'd you grow this? Outdoor?
Outdoor.
Yeah, this is one of the Dendrobium. He grew this outdoor in Southern California. And ask Brian to brought it in because I. Okay, perfect example. It's not ready. Okay, so for this week, you see all this olive here. I will just cut off the leaf. That's okay because this is deciduous type. This is outdoor, and Brian, you show me. Is it here? I will just cut off. It's okay because they have so many leaves, and Brian have a lot of keiki. Okay, that tell me he also feeding a lot of nitrogen. Okay, so this is the time to do some house cleaning. Just okay. You see here? Okay, this is Brian Joy's. Did you buy it from me?
2 years ago.
2 years ago?
Very small plant.
Very small plant?
Yeah.
What is this?
Rainbow dancer.
Rainbow dancer. Okay, it's a weed. If Brian can grow that a weed, anybody can grow it. and this is the rainbow dancer. Yes, this one here is grow wonderful. It's not the Nobel type. It grows like a weed also in South Florida. And you can put it in a basket, in the Vanda basket, and just let it hang and just cover with flower and fragrance. So this one, I'm gonna, Brian, you're gonna repot it into a bigger pot, and then you see all this keiki here. For Brian, his own collection, you have a choice to remove the keiki and propagate yourself. You know, but it's still too small yet. Okay, or to get kosher wall, you can actually leave the keiki alone. I would recommend. And Brian, you're gonna have a lot of cleaning after this finish. See all stuff from this year.
Old flower spike, cut it off.
All spike, you need to cut them off. Okay. This is what we do right now in the springtime. Okay. This is very important. I know Orchid Society, there's no orchid show, but they make a difference when you between, you know, clean out all this leaf. Make a difference between blue ribbon and red ribbon. Okay. Or you're showing for judging. All right.
So I
Your
see
friends want your kikis.
Yeah.
They want you to share.
Yeah. This
Share
actually,
the love, Brian.
Good. And next week, some of them can separate it. And we'll show you how we'll do publicly with keiki. But at the same time, you know how to make sure the keiki do better? Make sure you spray the keiki down here with Mega Bright. And that way the root will come up much faster.
Yeah, the plant, the new shoots, they're very strong. The
Very
color's
strong.
very good.
Yeah. And this is what this one here, on the website, I think have a big specimen. Just covered with, easily with 200-300. You only have 2 years outdoor in California? Wow.
Maybe a little bit less than 2 years.
Wow.
What did you feed?
Yeah, he feed Norman's Orchid
Yes.
and Mega Bright. Okay. Wow, I'm gonna go overtime here. This is a perfect example of the jewel orchid. All right. Now this is almost finished, and I will want to. If I don't cut them off, can you see down here? It's actually set. I would need to cut this off. The minute you cut out, the plant is live. This you saw here, the new growth is coming up. So they have been flowering for over 3 months now. Okay, and this is one of a jewel orchid, beautiful. So the minute you cut off all the leaf, all the flower spike, you see here the new shoot is coming up, and then they're gonna reward you with beautiful variegated leaves. So again, never let the frost drop too long. Okay. Summer's here. The plant need to get ready for their next vegetative stage. Okay. Here's an example of the. Now this is the Nobel type dendrobium. All right. Remember the Nobel type? They like to have cold, a little bit cold. This is the keiki. Okay. I think 3 weeks ago I actually used the keiki paste. Some Nobel dendrobium don't keiki very often. This variety, for example, so you actually put some keiki paste on the note, then you get keiki, so you can separate it next week. And this one here is perfect candidate to repot next week. I got a new shoot coming up. I like to see at least 2 rows this kind of length. When the shoot are this tall, the new root is ready to come out. So we set it. We got a lot of work to do next week. Okay. Oh, why are you showing me lots of stuff? All right. Here's another Shuriana. Let's just finish. Okay. Now, this you notice that there's a mark here. Okay. This is what happened when the flower finish, and the flower side should leave it on the leaf, and they did not remove the flower in time, so the flower side should rot it and cause a rotting here. But it's not because of we always do Phison, and the plant itself is strong, so they kind of isolated. But if it does, I would do it. Remove the leaf next week. I don't think this is infectious, but this is the perfect example. I would run when we're gonna do a demonstration mounting them. This is perfect for mounting. Here again, this is why you always want to put a product when the leaf it fall off. You always make sure you pick up all the dead flower. The dead flower was right here. It did not cause disease, but it's kind of distress on the ornamental. It doesn't cause disease. Okay, it stop. The plant itself, the Phison, the plant have immune system. They isolated whatever the lesion here. Okay, but I'm gonna use this one as an example for potting, for mounting them. Okay. Okay, I think that's about it right now. Okay, how are we doing so far? Do you like this kind of session? It's different. Okay, so this is a good finish the spring season and do some housekeeping. Okay.
On the dendrobiums, they're asking about a wire base that you had.
What kind of wire base?
I don't know.
That's Brian's, I think.
Okay,
Oh,
well, we can.
Brian had that wire base. That was his own personal.
Oh, the wire base?
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
That
was yours, wasn't it, Brian?
Oh yeah.
That wire base.
yeah, they use it for cymbidium.
Yes. Okay.
Because it's starting to grow too tall.
Can we show it real quick? Everybody's
Where'd
asking.
you get it from? Huh? From me.
Okay, great. So you can order that from Norman
No.
at orchids.com.
Okay, I know where it is. This is what they use in Japan or Taiwan when I travel. For them to use to show a case the variegated leaf. I will show you how to do it next week. Okay, with a beautiful oriental pot. And so this is actually, but lots of times those pots are very ornamental, very standard at base.
Yeah, they won't get it. So,
They're
sorry.
a tap over, but
So we have to get some of them. We have to figure out where to get them.
okay, I will try. Okay, but yeah, I will do. I should. I have a shipment of ocean container. I can get some of this. This is wonderful because you can do hanging basket. Then I hang.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's the kind of trouble. Everybody want to buy this. Okay, good.
We'll look at it.
All right, let's do the best part, the show and tell. Okay. Yes, I do have a nursery, and then and Jamie being the CFO.
Some of the moss.
Huh?
The moss just came in.
Oh yeah. Thank you for the moss from Cherry. This is the company I use. A wonderful cherry moss and 150, 500. I think there's 3 sizes available. So stock up because good quality cherry moss is hard to come by now. Can I have number 1, please? The show and tell. Oh wow. All right. This is this one here. Okay. Now this is the first time we have on the website. You can actually have a compound. Okay, I think this is on special for $28. Okay,
Wow.
yeah. And then this is a new, it's called Navi Angel. Okay, now this is a, if you like fragrant, this is the one to have. I haven't been registered yet. Okay, nice. It's hybrid from Vanilla. You see how they have 3 flowers holding at the same time. The flower spike is about the foliage. Okay, and this is first bloom, by the way. All right, so you can buy one plant. A lot of people now like hybrid seeded. So they can be, most of this will be yellow and green. And very rare, we have community pot, compound. So I think they are $45. Each have 5 plant in there. So it's less than $10. So this about, you can have a compound. If you really like to have a variation, this is a good way to do it. You get 5 plant in here, okay? You can grow them out and share or exchange. But there's 2 sizes available, okay? And very, very fragrant too. Number 2. Okay, I have to show the oh my god again. Alright, so some of you haven't got still on the defense side or put it on the shopping basket. Get the oh my god MC2193 next couple of weeks. I think we almost sold out, less than 20 now. So if you have this item on your shopping basket, don't wait, because once we sold out, I don't know when we're going to bring it back again.
Oh my god.
Yeah, those of you have this one. How many of you have this one? You like it? Like the fragrance? Okay. This is the good size. This is the big size. Look at how many spikes here. You never cut them off. And then the oh my god is, this is actually had tetrapods in the background. So we test, I think the first time I showed this is about almost 4 weeks ago. With tetrapods, it flowered early. So it's been flowered since March. One of the earliest yellow novelty. So they will flower about minimum 8 months out of the year. Again, I showed this before, but I think it's down to about 25 plants. Don't wait on this one here. Next one. Ooh. Brian, so
Can you explain how you would care for that compound?
okay, give me that compound.
Some people are new and a little bit maybe afraid.
Well, the compound here is, this is what we call the mini compound. Instead of a big compound, a flash of 25 plants, we did this for mini compound last year. So you don't have to have like 25 plants.
It's already deflasked, so it's taken to the next step for them, right?
Yeah.
So they don't have to mess with the flask.
We already defrost for you. It's been here almost 8 months already. It's here.
So they're healthy and already.
Yeah, there's about 5 plants in here. Okay. And I would say that they're ready to separate them. What I can do is next week, I will show you how to do this from a compound.
So they could buy that and within a month separate them out.
Yeah, they
and
can
have
go
five,
into
five,
the.
5 plants.
Yeah, so we're gonna do. I will show you next week. And Jeff, can you remind me?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a mini community pot. I don't have this very often, but this might be the first time in 5 years. So this is a good way because a 5 plant you can have flower 5 different. It's a very economical way to do it too.
And they'll probably get a couple different looking ones out of it.
Yes.
Because they're seedlings, right?
They seeded. Every seedling is individual, unique. Just like you and your brother and sister, they look totally different. And if you, there's no ugly one. You know, every plant have their own unique character. Maybe one form resemble from the father, the other one resemble from the mother. So it's kind of fun. And this one here, right? What number is this? Okay, this is the Dendrobium onustum. What's the number? Okay, Dendrobium onustum is a wonderful Filipino species. But what I like about this one here is the compact strength. Okay, onustum can be up to a foot in length, but this is the very good for underlight. If you don't have the space for really long spray or windowsill, this is the one. They're very late bloomer, also very different. And the season just starting now. They can start usually about after Mother's Day. But this is a good one to have if you don't have a lot of space and you like the fragrance. The fragrance is amazing on this one here. Number 4. And I showed you this before. This is the species. Dicaste aromatica. It's a species from Mexico. Now, this is not the skinny type. Dicaste, that species from Colombia, rainforest. This is from Mexico. You can actually, in California, we throw it outside. Go there with some medium. And also, there's actually quite warm tolerance. Also, I had customer can flower this in Houston, Texas. So again, remember a couple of the podcasts I done before. I'm the kind of the person that to chop up all the leaf on the Dicaste. I cover all the leaves. That way, the maximum light go down here. Okay. And again, this is a wonderful fragrance. If you never grow Dicaste before, this species is a good one to try. It's really hard to kill on this one. Okay. And then, number 4. Okay. 11. Now this one here, I've been breeding a lot of indigo strand, and this is the one that I've been doing for about 10 years, and it's original. You see the difference, the improvement. This is what I call this. Finally, I have what I call the Norman strand. Okay, all my Violet indigo. We've been doing this for so long. I can 100% tell you it's all blue. Unlike 10 years ago, maybe 20%. And we're very fortunate and thank HP Norton to do the pioneer work on this Violet indigo. But you notice that this is the older strain. And this is what I spot indigo. This is one of my breeding plants. They've been on and on, okay? And you notice that Norman strain is actually bigger. And this is what we say we breed for improvement, okay? Not every Violet indigo is the same. It's all about type and breeding, okay? This is why the label is so important. This is the strain you want to get is 2481, okay? This is the first time we release very stabilized of what we call the Norman strain. It's a new line of breeding that it's been done here in California, and I'm very, very pleased. This is actually the first one to flower. Can you see the different size? It's big. And also my indigo always flower on a small plant. This is first bloom. The plant is not very big and have a very good root system. Some of the older indigo doesn't have a lot of good root system because they had too much inbreeding. So anyway, this is the one.
Too.
Very fragrant, yes. So if you never have this one here, you probably have older generation indigo, but this is the one. This is the one that can get a lot of award when the judging reopen, because you know how judges are. They like the size. It's huge. Okay, next. Oh, something different. Ancilium. Now this is interesting. This is actually a warm grower. This is Ancilium purpurea sunset, which is this is the type of Ancilium. It's 100% warm grower. It had Miltonia wasserwissii from South America, and also Ancilium inchinata. And so this is pretty much 3 species. And Roger, see how handsome the plant. The plant is actually very small and give you a lot of flower. And the flower can last about at least 2-3 months on them. They not like the Gaurancy type, this type of Ancilium, this particular one, just like Phalaenopsis, they flower one at a time. So from the beginning to the end, almost 3 months. Okay, and they're very warm temperature tolerant, so take the cold and warm. So, and they are actually, they kill me. They are actually on special. They are $29.95 only in spike. So if you never have this on stadium from me before, this is the one. Very very unusual. I found this particular when I was in Asia about 3 years ago in Japan. So I bought a flask, and there you go.
Bill is asking, does the Norman strain indigo stay compact overall,
Yes.
even at maturity?
All the violets and indigo stay small compared to banana. Okay, next. Oh, they really give me some a wide spectrum of stuff. How many of you like fragrant lady slipper? Okay, not only this. Remember the Deltanalia we have earlier? The leaf is actually looks like Meloponensis, but Meloponensis is a cool grower or in the cold. But this is Deltanalia from Vietnam crossed with Meloponensis, and you can easily grow and flower them in Miami. Okay, and the best of all, they have been remade with a new Vietnamese species, so a lot of them have 2 flowers. And the fragrance too. The fragrance smell like almond flour or almond cookie. Okay, so here we go. Look at the leaf. I will just grow the leaf along. So it's called Lineage Cooperwood, and the season just started. This particular hybrid always flower in the late spring and early summer. So this is what I told you before. Don't buy everything at once. You buy every once a month, every 2 weeks. So you get gradually build out a collection, so you have something in flower for you at your greenhouse or your green collection throughout the year. Right, number 7. Oh, this is my favorite. I think many of you starting to get this one here. I introduced the season just coming. This is Princess Kanani, but this is the Alba strain. This is Amboriensis flava crossed with Banana alba, and this is all the size. So, some of you have received it, and they can be greenish or yellow. It's been cold and crowded recently, so when they first open, it can be green. But this is the size. This is about minimum 5 to 6 year old, and this is the only size we have. I don't have any smaller, but you don't want to buy them small anyway, because the alba or yellow one are genetically slow grower. You never want to buy small. This is actually not bad for the big plant like this. One of my judges comment to me before is, oh my God, if you grow it, too bad we don't have culture, we don't have judging. This is not to go get a culture award with this many flower. So here you go. This is the Princess Kanani, and they're also very fragrant. It's sequential flower. Okay. Almost done. More. Oh, okay. This just a show off. This is the Dendrobium Lindeniae, and it used to call Aquigatum. There's different strand, but for somehow this is the strand I got from Thailand from one of my breeder client. I know in America the Aquigatum or Lindeniae is kind of big, but I think this is the more wild strand. I noticed that this Lindenia is more compact in growing, half of the size of the regular one. So if you're in Florida, this can easily grow outdoor and pot them up, mounted. And this strain of Lindenia, I know is more on a wild form. I noticed it's more compact.
In person, that looks a lot more orange than it does on the video. In the video, it looks a lot more yellow.
Yes.
But in person, it's more orangish yellow than it is pure yellow.
And can you smell it from here?
It's very nice.
Yes. And so
that's a really nice flower. But if people get it thinking it's going to be pure yellow, it's not.
It's like gold.
It's an orange yellow.
Yeah. No,
gold yellow. Really nice.
But this has also been flower for a long time. They're yellow, then they turn orange.
That's really nice.
Yeah. So I do. So this is the number. We still have some mature print here. Again, this is very different than what the regular Lindiana or Apricota you can find here. I know actually not there's a lot, but the print tend to be bigger. I love this strain because it's more compact and smaller. Okay. And
How long do those flowers last? They're asking.
this strain is good. This strain, this been the flower. This strain, the flower's been holding out at least 6 weeks.
Oh, pretty good.
Yeah. See here? Yeah. So a lot of time, it's all about the different strain because the label might say Lindiana, but everybody have their niche, and I always try to find the newest and more unusual of the flowability. What's next? Oh, I put this up. Remember the banana pink? Okay.
Yay.
This is the first release in America. Okay. Now, this one is not even full open yet. As the flower open up more, they will have more pink in the center. But Roger, can you see the back is green? But another week, maybe I show this again next week. You're gonna see more pink flush in the center. They still have pink in the showing up in the
You
center
can just
already.
see it starting. You can
Yeah.
see it just starting.
Huh?
You can see it.
Lift the flower up. There we go.
Look at the lip. The pink is starting showing now. Now this is the most exciting banana variety pink. Okay, and it's from C. Look how big is the print. Okay,
It's impressive.
it is cute, and they stay just like indigo type. They stay small. And this is first bloom. I just feed them with my orchid food and mega dry. Mega dry should be ready by the end of June. Because the COVID virus, the manufacturer has some staff issue, but they promised me hopefully by the end of June. But again, I love this strain. It's not unusual to have two spikes on the first print on a very small print like this.
And that's a brand new.
That's brand new.
Brand new.
First time in America. And then we have the species banana. Okay. And they promised this is the last one. Well, the last two. Banana. This is using the jungle strain with a pumpkin. Now pumpkin is an American strain. So what this one doing is, you notice how vigorous? Because one of the species parent is a jungle strain. So they give you a lot more flower and a spike more freely. So this is a new type of banana that again we're using they're not the inbreeding from all this inbreeding. So we were lucky to have the pollen from the Malaysia to have this. Okay. And last one.
Janet's asking, are all of the novelties slow growers?
Compared to white phalaenopsis, yes. That's why I do not buy
Get the premium, right? Get the premium, not the
premium. If a premium size is available, get the premium, because some of the premium are 5 to 6 years, and those are, and this is the next one. What's the number on this one?
So the premium, so
All the print, yeah. The premium are much always more mature. 2539. Yeah. Okay, this is the last one. Oh, okay, almost done. Okay. This is a very fast growing novelty. This is actually Valencia indigo crossed with pokra. Now, this is perfect for hot area, Alabama, Texas, Arizona, Florida. You see here? This is Violet indigo crossed with polka. It's robust. Some of you already bought plant already. Look how husky. This is what I call husky.
Look at the fat roots on that.
Look at the leaf. Okay, and this is because they are primary hybrid. These are matching of two species. And these are what I call husky grower. Okay? And then you don't cut out the spike, you just let them grow. Look how shiny they are. And they're also fragrant too. Alright. Don't miss out on this one. Now, when you order early, we always pull the biggest one. So the early we always pull the two spike and more out. Okay? And the last one, but not the least. Okay. Many of you see there's a picture of me when I was younger. Me next to the big white called Norman Smith. Okay. We have this available again. Norman Smith is a California hybrid, and is I think not registered. It's actually Norman Peterson hybrid. It's a developed original for cut flower. It's by Das Robo's company in California. It's an old story. I will write an article on the development of this one here at Fair Fanatic newsletter. This one is the one that put me on the map for the orchid business. It got the great silver medal at the World Orchid Show at West Vancouver, British Columbia. And so I think I have, you might have seen the picture of me next to the cascaded. The flower is huge. The flower is about over 5 inches in size. Okay, so last time I offered this is about 4 years ago. This is my hand. Okay, so I have this available. I think they are on special for $39. If you only have space for one white Phalaenopsis, the classic white, gotta get this one. Norman Smith, okay? Got an AMAOS and also silver medal from the World Orchid Show at Vancouver, British Columbia. It's a very fast grower. First bloom, I already have 4 flowers on them, so they get better with age. I thank you so much and hope you enjoyed today's podcast. Any suggestion, just let me know. But next week, make sure you come back for next week. But lots of what we talked about earlier, repotting, dividing, we're going to do it next week. So I already sort up all what need we do. So you can do that in your collection. Go through your collection, whether it's underline or in the greenhouse. Go through in these individuals, cut out the spike, or cut the secondary spike if you need it for the summer grooming. So I will see you next week. Thank you very much.